Alright, hello and welcome to an impromptu episode of Aselia the Eternal. Towards the end of the previous episode, or one of the previous episodes, I mentioned that depending on the start conditions or turn requirements of the next missions after this, I might have to change my strategy on this mission. That does seem to be the case. There is a trainer in Heal and Shaletta that takes 10 turns to, or 11 turns to recruit. And we start all the way over here in Kamuzara. That means that we need to build an Ether Jump client over here. If you build an Ether Turn client on turn 1, it takes 6 turns to build. You have to teleport over there. It takes, I think, assuming my math is correct, 17 turns to fulfill the requirement of recruiting that trainer. The SS rank requirement for mission 18 is 16 turns, so that's 1 turn too many. So, how do we address that? Well, hopefully, if we build the Ether Jump client, or begin to build the Ether Turn client during this mission, we will save ourselves a turn, which will allow us to meet the turn requirements. Now, I don't know for sure that that will work that way, but I'm hoping it will work that way. And all I have is a hope and a prayer. If not, I'm going to have to seriously reconsider the way that I am planning this mission. If I have to go back to the drawing board to see if I can cut out another 2 turns, then I will, but hopefully I don't have to do that. The actual strategy for this mission is not going to change at all. So if whatever you did worked last time, it will work this time. Right? So just keep that in mind. So we're going to be doing the exact same things that we did last time. We're just going to build something extra at the end compared to what we did previously. I didn't want to go and re-record the video, so I'm going to do this instead as a separate video. Alright, turn 26. We are going to train Shia. I don't know if this matters. I haven't had any breakpoints. We're going to train Aselia. And let's go ahead and do this. Impulse below 1. Lightning fire. We just got a bunch of extra mana from this. Now, an interesting idea is I could build the Ether Jump client here, which would definitely give me enough time, or should give me plenty of time, but that does make my options in the next mission a little bit more restrictive, so I'm not going to do that. But that would give me, I think, 4 turns or 3 turns of being built. It's an interesting strategy, but it's not the one that I'm going to utilize here. F3. We move F4 down. Now, I have an interesting thing to consider here. Now, I need to build one of these, which costs 2,400 ether. So I want to do what I can to ensure that I don't go below 2,400 ether. We're going to get another 7,600 ether the next turn. So I'm comfortable training Shia, and I want to train Shia because I want her to get another ability that she doesn't have yet. But I'm actually not going to train Celia, even though I did previously. Because I want to make sure... Well, actually... Let's try it. We get a bunch of mana when we go over here, so let's try it. Let's train Celia. Let's keep it in parity here. Let's do exactly what we did last time. And see if that works. We're gonna do Celia, Yuto Utica. We're just gonna do Heaven Sword 1 here. And we're going to do Impulse Blow 2. Again, it doesn't really matter that much what we do here. Let's just keep it nice and tidy. All right. We are right on track. We're going to train Shia again. We got to do this long-ass fight. I suppose this would be a little bit of a stat check, depending on whether or not you continue to level up Yuto, but I think you can probably do it about level 13, level 14, if not earlier than that. So, I think the turn requirements, considering that we were level 7 on turn 3, I think the turn requirements for this fight are, or the stat requirements for this fight are pretty generous. We benefit from having just more things to do than he does. As you can see, he's already out of defensive charges. So it's really just a matter of out-sustaining his damage until he runs out of stuff to do. I would like an ability that replaces Frenzy. As much fun as Frenzy is, it is a little outclassed, considering that we now have an ability that can do that 2 times a round for 3 rounds, instead of just doing it once a round for 2 rounds. But, pretty easy fight. We're going to skip through all this because we saw it in the last episode, so if you want to see that, by all means, go ahead and watch it. This doesn't matter because this is our first playthrough. And we should get a bunch of mana for this. And Shia gets Ether Sink. So if you look, we got a bunch of mana for doing that. So, we're going to continue training our characters. Alright, we're on turn 30 here. You get some more mana here, which is great. That's exactly what we want. We get some more mana here, which is great. That's exactly what we want. And crucially, here, we're going to build an Ether Jump client in Helen Shaletta. Because that's the whole reason why we're doing this. Takes 6 turns, which means that it should be ready at the beginning of turn 5, if I'm not mistaken. And look at that, we can still train Shia. Isn't that nice? And we're going to demolish this training facility. We're going to demolish this recovery facility, which we should have done before, but it ended up not mattering. And I think we're good to go. I could build something over here. I don't think that it's necessary. You know what? Let me just build... No, it literally doesn't matter. Okay. Everything's ready to go. And we take the town. Alright folks, that's going to be the end of this. I don't need you guys to watch me record the same thing that I recorded last time. Short and sweet, we just needed to do the 5 turns a little bit differently, or just add that extra ether jump client at the very end there. Hopefully this is enough. If not, you're going to see another video from me where I have to redo this whole damn thing again, but if that happens, then I will address it. But hopefully that's not necessary. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.